Many of you all have been asking some amazing questions about Artfight, and I am here to answer them. My name is Artie, and today we are going to be going over some of the most frequently asked questions about Artfight. Question number 1 is, what is Artfight? If you're unfamiliar with Artfight and how it works, I do suggest that you watch my Artfight 101 video and come back if you are still interested. Number 2, what are off-season revenges? Off-season revenging is an increasingly popular way of giving people art year-round. Essentially, you just are revenging someone outside of the Artfight season. Of course, it's not for points, and you shouldn't actually upload it to Artfight in July. Please never ever upload any art you make for other people outside of the Artfight season during Artfight. That is strictly against their rules, and it pretty much defeats the whole purpose of the event. You can make art for people, but please don't upload it as an attack. I only came across this pretty recently myself, so for the 2026-2027 season, I do definitely plan on making some off-season revenges because I felt so bad when I couldn't revenge more people last year, and this year, we are changing that. Woohoo! Yay! Yippee! Question number 3. Is it okay to use a design that someone made for my OC? This one is pretty based off of the artist. Typically, people don't mind if they made an outfit for your character that you use it if it was an attack, but I would make sure that you reach out to the artist either with their contact of choice, usually they have that linked on their Artfight profile, or just send them a message via Artfight DMs. It never hurts to check. Question number 4. How do you prevent art block during Artfight? So, art block is definitely a tricky one because there are different types depending on the person experiencing it, but my main suggestions for you in general about art block are to 1, clean your living space to the best of your abilities to prevent mental clutter. I know so many people, including myself, who always just procrastinate cleaning their room and they're like, oh, I don't want to draw, I don't want to do anything. And I know I'm sounding like I'm nagging, but I promise when you clean your room, everything becomes so much easier after that. Genuinely. And then the second is, if you're still not feeling inspired to draw or you can't fix the space that you're in, draw the most self-indulgent piece that you can think of. It sounds stupid and counterintuitive, but this almost always, I would say more than 9 times out of 10 gets me out of art block. It is the method. To be cringe is to be free. If you want to relate it to Artfight, I would search through character tags and find an indulgent OC that you'd like to draw. You can search tags for a fandom that you're in, or a genre you like, or a specific design trait, or maybe species that you like to draw. Just do something indulgent, something for yourself, and if you want it for Artfight, something for yourself and the other person. Hopefully that should solve most of your art block issues. Number 5, how do you balance life in Artfight? So everyone plays Artfight pretty differently. For me, my Julys are centered around it. Since I do stream making attacks, I'm streaming all the time in July. This year, even more than last year. For me, my July is pretty Artfight centric, if you will. But I know that there are many casual players, and I suggest for all of you guys that you maybe make an attack goal for each week of the month. That way, you already kind of know how many attacks you want to balance into your schedule. And then I also suggest bookmarking your characters ahead of time. So if you go onto Artfight, you can find plenty of characters, and if you weren't aware, there's a little bookmark feature, and you can type comments about your bookmarks, you can make folders, etc. You probably all know this. I suggest bookmarking your characters so that when you are either at school or at work or whatever is holding you up during July, you can maybe work on doodles in your free time or plan out some concepts in your head so that when it's time for you to work, you already have a plan and you're not wasting extra time. Question number 6. How am I, me as Artie, planning on prepping, and do I have any special goals that I want to reach? Personally, I have been prepping so far by updating the CSS, which, if you don't know, is the coding that you get unlocked after you become a donator for Artfight. I've been working on that a lot because I don't know that much about coding, so there's been a lot of things to work through, but I think it looks pretty so far. Yay! And then I'm also working on updating my character reference sheets. Almost all my characters I'm making new sheets for. I've made new sheets for most of the ones that I want to make already by now, which I'm super grateful about. Grateful to my past self, because while I was just thugging it out in the school year, I was just going through it. I just kept making reference sheets, and now I don't have all that extra work to do for summer, so yay me! I suggest if you haven't made any references yet, I know everyone says it, but get on it. It really saves a lot of time. Because the thing is if you do your reference sheets too close to the event, then sometimes they do come out looking a little rushed like mine did last year. For goals, I'm gonna make a new OC quiz. Last year I didn't quite like how I made it, and also it doesn't have all of my relevant OCs on there, so we are redoing that for this year. If you want to take that quiz, if I haven't finished it by the time this video is released, hopefully I have. That's the plan for this week. You can find it on my Artfight profile once I upload it. But if it is finished, which it should be, then I will link it in the description for you all to take. I would love to know which of my OCs you get. I'm so excited. It's one of my favorite things. And sometimes people like do their attacks based off of what OCs they get. I'm like, oh, that's so fun. I love it. I love it so much. So definitely not getting rid of the quiz. I am just updating it. And then my other thing is I want to do maybe custom CSS for each of my OCs. I did it with Einar. I love how it turned out, but it took so long. So we are going to see if that is actually an achievable goal, at least maybe for like my main 4 OCs. We'll get to that. Question number 7. How can you tell if someone is posting AI? So it is really unfortunate that we live in a time where people would even consider using AI for something like Artfight. People do. I have seen it personally when I'm just lurking on the website myself. They'll like upload AIOCs or something. Fortunately, the moderators are quite good at taking it down and spotting it. Users can also flag a suspicious post. So if you have your own suspicions about AI, you can do a quick check on the artist to see if their style and color palettes seem to have some sort of reason and rhyme. Maybe check their socials if they have them posted. But if not, or if you're still suspicious, it's never a bad thing to try and follow the rules of Artfight. So you can always just flag a post and contact the moderator. They should be able to help you out more. And if it's not AI, then it's resolved without any drama. That's my personal suggestion anyway. Question number 8. What are the best ways to format character sheets? I love character sheets, oh my goodness. So if you plan on taking my advice and starting your references now, yes you, I'm looking at you, hi, you should do that, that'd be super cool. I personally recommend having a full body, a detailed headshot, and something that conveys their personality, because people don't always have time to read the descriptions of the characters, and if you see a visual representation of their personality, that might help with getting attacks that you would like to see. Also, if you have important details about the character, like maybe an accessory or like a certain thing that you need to have drawn on them, you can either draw that in bigger detail on the sheet, or you can add like a little text on there that says what your preferences are. Personally, I just add the text. It makes it easier so that my formatting is more consistent, but it does seem daunting to make character sheets. However, once you figure out the formula for them, they really aren't so bad. I also suggest tracing over your past character sheets so that you can get the same format. That's what I do. Question number 9. What are the best ways to find characters to attack? So there are many great ways of finding characters. The most common is probably just scrolling through the Artfight hashtags or subreddits or whatever on various social media, as people are always posting their OCs. I've seen it on TikTok, Reddit, Instagram, Discord, YouTube. We can go on for days. But basically, anywhere you go, I'm sure you can find Artfight characters. However, if you are not inclined to using that much social media, that is totally okay. Artfight has a built-in feature so that you can sort through various options and either get random characters under a specific tag you like, people with like certain amounts of followers or battle ratios, or characters that are most recently uploaded. Question number 10. Will it make a difference when I post my reference sheets? From what I've noticed and from what I've seen from a few other people, the best time for reference sheet posting is probably about the week before Artfight begins, when people are more active and searching for bookmarks. I would suggest uploading them separately at different times and days of the week so that it gives you a broader chance for people who are looking. Of course, if you have other ways of promoting your characters, there is not a specific time you need to upload them. This is mostly for people who don't want to advertise it on social media. Come back next week to see my top 20 creative attack ideas for Artfight. I'm super excited about that video. I hope you guys are gonna like it, yay! And if you are a fan of Artfight OCs and you like my vibe, why not subscribe? It's free and it helps me out a lot. Anyways, thank you so much. Hopefully I will see you next Sunday. Bye!